Happy baby boomer, Bonnie Hupsher. I'm bringing to you a foam roller myofascial release, or another way is self-massage. Now, it's going to be about an hour session, and we're going to start all the way from the feet, and we're going to go all the way up into the neck. And you're going to stretch and release any tension that you're holding in your body. Now, when you use a foam roller for myofascial release, you want to avoid those hard white foam rollers and the really hard black ones. They're just too hard. They traumatize the muscle. This is a soft density, so I can squeeze it and press it, and then that's going to give me the best effect on releasing tension from the muscle and trying to reorganize the fascia in the body, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is start with the foam roller right down the center of the mat, and then you want to hold it steady with one hand so that it doesn't move as you try to get on top of it. You're going to put your tailbone right at the bottom of the mat, and then you're going to lie back, help yourself down. You want to feel that the entire roller has lengthened right along your spine. So I feel my tailbone is right on the center, goes right up the spine, and it's between my two shoulder blades evenly, and then the back of my skull is on it evenly. Now you want your feet wide so that you have a little bit of stability, okay? And then we're going to put your arms out wide and tick-tock right and left. So we inhale. Now exhale, I am going to do a little core engagement. As I go to the right, it's like I'm going to roll off, but we don't roll off, okay? And a little bit over to the left. Good. So, as I'm tick-tocking side to side, I can feel the massage effect. Tailbone, sacrum. I feel the paraspinals on either side of my spine. And the best part for me is right between those shoulder blades. As I go to one side, the roller pushes my shoulder blade off to the side, and it gets up underneath that shoulder blade where we have those little knots in our muscles, those trigger points. Good. Okay, so we'll do this. Now I want you to add in your breath. So we're going to inhale, center, exhale, move, inhale, center, exhale. Good. Inhale, center, exhale. Inhale, center, and exhale. Very nice. All right, now come to the middle. Now we're going to work on opening up the shoulder blades. So we're going to bring the hands together in prayer with straight arms. Inhale, reach the hands up, and then exhale, draw the shoulder blade back without bending your elbows. Inhale, we reach up, and then exhale, we draw the shoulder blades. It's like my shoulder blades are hugging the roller. Reaching up is protraction, and then pulling the shoulder blades back is retraction. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now, inhale, reach up. Exhale, I'm going to draw my core muscles in toward my spine. So I'm drawing my front ribs toward my back ribs, and that gives me the best stretch along my side ribs. Come back up, inhale, exhale, draw the core. Now, if you're not familiar with core engagement, it begins with pelvic floor, as if you were gently holding your urine, and then pubic to navel, navel to spine, front ribs to the back ribs. Now, I'm going to reach back. Now, relax the elbows. The back of my hand and my fingertips are brushing the floor, coming around in a circle, hands together, inhale. Exhale, draw the core in, and then we circle around. Good. Let's do one more in that direction. Inhale. This feels so nice as it opens the front of the chest and shoulder, but I'm also feeling that massage effect between the blades. Now you're going to reverse. Inhale. Now you want your elbows to be soft, the back of my fingers brushing the floor, and we inhale, exhale, brushing the floor, feeling that massage between the blades. So nice. Great therapy for the shoulder joint, as it also helps to hydrate the connective tissue, the fascia between my blades. Now, I'm going to bend my elbows 90 degrees, right over the chest. Inhale, press the elbows together firmly, and then exhale, draw in the core. I'm going to open. Now, keeping my wrists straight, tip the elbows up. Your fingers are slanted toward the floor, but the wrist is still straight, and this gives a good stretch. Now, make sure your hands are not close to your head. The elbow should still be 90 degrees. Come in. Inhale, squeeze the elbows together. Exhale, we open. Now tip the elbows up. The fingers are slanted toward the floor, and it gets right deep in that chest, underneath the chest muscle where we have rotator cuff. And inhale, squeeze the elbows together, and then exhale, relax, lift the elbows up. Now hold the elbow up. Inhale, pinch it in towards your hips. And then exhale, reach the arms back and feel what a wonderful release. Now this is where you should be drawing the ribs into the body, core engaged. Inhale, pinch the elbows in. Exhale, we reach away. Oh, that feels so yummy. Inhale, we come in, and exhale, we reach away. Very good. Now bring your arms up, parallel, palms face in, shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale, take the right arm by the ear and the left arm down by the hip. Draw the ribs and belly in and you'll feel the difference. Come back in, inhale. Exhale, gentle Kegel, that's the pelvic floor engagement, pubic, navel, and front ribs to back ribs. Inhale, exhale, engage. Draw the ribs in. Inhale, exhale, good. Feel that massage between those blades. Let's do a couple more. Exhale. Good. And come up. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. And come in. Let's bring your hands down. Now I want to do a little stability work here. So I have the arms outside of my hips, all my 10 fingers pinching the floor. And we inhale, exhale. I want to engage from my center again. Bring your right leg up. And now your left leg up in tabletop. Hold it. Feel that challenge to your stability. Now take a nice breath in. Exhale. Raise the baby fingers off the floor. Now raise the thumbs. Now you raise your ring fingers, then the middle fingers. And now I only have the tips of my index fingers. So I have reduced my points of stability down to just 2 small little fingertips on the floor. And I can feel my center, the core muscles wrapped around my waist, firing to hold me steady on this unstable surface. Now take a breath in, exhale, tighten the core. Now raise the right finger off the floor. Doesn't have to be high. Now I'm down to 1 fingertip. Feel the challenge. Put it back down, inhale. Exhale, tighten the core, raise the left. Good. Come down, inhale, exhale the right, left. Now you just kind of play with it. This is one of those exercises where you're not really good or bad at it. You're giving your body exactly what it needs right now. Okay? Even if you can never take both fingers off that floor, it does not matter. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't, but either way, your center is working for stability. Good. All righty. And last one down, all 10 fingers down. Now tighten up the core from the center. We'll put my right foot down, my left foot down. All right, now we want to come off the roller. So you're going to lengthen your right leg on the floor. We are going to roll off. So I'm going to start rolling to the right, put my elbow down, my hip down, my shoulder down, move the roller out of the way. Good. And now, just lay down for a moment in the center of your mat. Hug in. Good. Okay, now, come up. We're going to take the roller, and I want to put it beneath or behind the Achilles tendon. So, that's right behind the ankle. Okay. And I'm going to lay down. Now, the legs are going to be open about shoulder width apart, and you want to be relaxed. when you do your myofascial release. Just try to relax and breathe deeply. So we inhale, rotate both knees out, and then exhale, rotate them in. Inhale out, and exhale in. Now I want my legs to be relaxed, not stiff. Now, while we're massaging the back of the Achilles tendon, we're also getting some nice movement therapy here in the hip joint. This is what your hip does naturally as you're walking. You might not realize it, but part of gait is an internal and an external rotation of the hip. Now, bring the 2 feet together. Now cross your right ankle over your left, and now we're going to go side to side. So now what I've done is put a little more weight onto that left Achilles tendon, and you might be discovering that you've got some tender spots. Now let's go a little quicker. So as we press the Achilles tendon, all the connective tissue, the fascia around the tendon is being hydrated. Your body is sending fluid to that area of the body. Very good. This is why when you get a massage, the massage therapist wants you to drink water. All right, now let's put your left ankle over the right. And now I'm going to go side to side again. I'm going to do about 8 or 10 slow ones. Still working with your breath. Now we're going to go quicker. Very nice. Okay, now, I want to walk it up so that it's just a little bit higher than the Achilles tendon. Okay, right now that muscle is called the soleus. And we are just going to go internal and external. Now, when you notice that you have tender spots, that means that the connective tissue, the fascia, is dehydrated. And when it's dehydrated, the fluid that fills up this connective tissue is being blocked where there's dehydration. And when this fluid cannot circulate through your whole body, it creates dysfunction and discomfort. Okay, now bring your legs together again, cross your right ankle over your left, and we're going to do the same routine that we did for the Achilles tendon. We're going to work our way all the way up to our neck. So we'll do about 8 slow, and then we'll go a little quicker. Now I am noticing some tenderness back here. Okay, so this is something that my body needs to do. Very good. Now, I want you to come to a stop. One leg is heavy on the other, and take a deep breath in. And exhale completely. Good. All right, now let's switch. Left ankle over right. Now slow, rocking right to left, passing the soleus muscle over the foam roller. These are called positive compressions. These positive compressions help to rehydrate the fascia. And now we'll go quick. Now we're going to come to stillness. Let that left leg be heavy on top of the right. Now take a deep cleansing breath. Exhale. Just let that muscle melt down into that roller. Very good. Right now, we're going to walk it up so it's on the thickest part of your calf, the gastrocnemius muscle. All right, now your legs are open, shoulder width. Nice and relaxed. You want them to be relaxed and heavy. Then we just rotate in and out. You can feel, boy, those are a lot of tender spots in the calves. Now what causes the tender spots sometimes is overuse. So a lot of athletes are going to feel this kind of tenderness because if you're a runner, those calves are working very hard for you, or you like to walk for your fitness. They might feel really tender. All right, now, if you have sensitive wrists and shoulders and you cannot put your weight on your hands, you're going to come back in, cross the right leg, and you're going to do that same routine that we've done for the Achilles tendon and the soleus. But if you can put your body weight on the hand and the shoulder, we're going to come upright. Now, your hands are going to be behind your body. The roller is still at the calf, and I'm going to lift up my hips and then push and pull with my hands. Woo, that's quite a massage. Good. I'm just going to go almost to the back of my knee and then down toward the Achilles tendon. Oh my calves needed this today, they're telling me. Very good. Now, rotate your knees and toes out, and we do external rotation. So this hits the muscle fibers that are more lateral toward the outside of the leg. And then I'm going to rotate in, and I'm going to have an internal rotation, and now I'm massaging the more medial fibers of the gastrocnemius. Whew, very good. That hurts good. And very nice. And come in. Good. Now, we're going to bring it up so it's not behind the knee, just a little bit above the back of that knee crease. All right, laying down. And again, open the legs, shoulder width, and we're going to go internal and external. Internal and external. Massaging the back of the thigh, the hamstrings. All right, then we're going to bring it up just a little bit. So now it's at the mid-thigh. Again, you want your legs to be heavy and relaxed. And now just internal and external rotation. Feeling some tender spots back there too. Very good. Now I'm going to take the roller and I'm going to bring it up so it's at the back of my upper thigh. And here we go. Same thing. All right, now, for those of you that cannot put your weight on your hands, I want you to place the roller somewhere on the back of your thigh that you felt tender spots, and you just keep doing this, okay? For those of you that can put your weight on your hands and shoulders, we're going to sit up. You lift your hips up off the floor. We inhale as we push with the hands. We go forward. Exhale, draw your belly in. Now, we're bringing that roller all the way up to the butt cheek, the bottom of the butt cheek, and then we're pulling it down almost behind the knee, but we're not going to go behind the knee. Just the length. All right, and then I'm going to turn my knees out. And now I'm working those lateral muscles of the hamstring group. Good. Now I'm going to rotate the knees in. Oh, that feels good. Inner thighs. These are the medial hamstrings. Yeah, that feels so nice. Very good. One more. And come in and down. Very nice. All right, now we're going to put it underneath the hips. So we're just moving right up the body. Bring your heels in. Okay, now you're going to bridge your hips up and then roll the roller. You want the roller to be under your sacrum. Now your sacrum is just above your tailbone. It's the base of your spine. You don't want to cross your lower back. The butt cheeks should be right there on top. Now, I'm going to hold it steady with my hand so it doesn't slip away from me. And just to open up the hip flexors a little bit, I'm going to take my right leg out, press the heel down into the floor, reach through the heel. Now, inhale, exhale, I'm going to draw my pubic bone to my belly button to my spine, tighten up my glute. So when I squeeze my butt cheek, I'm going to feel a little release here in the groin, which these are where the hip flexors are. Good. Now I'm going to relax. I'm going to rotate that right knee out, and then very slow, open my left, and that's just going to give me a little more release there. It's always good to try to release these hip flexors in here. Very good. All right, now I'm going to bring that left leg up, slide my Right heel in, now I'll slide my left leg away. And I'm going to flex that left foot and push through the heel. Press the heel down into the floor. Inhale. Now exhale, gentle Kegel. Pull the pubic bone toward the navel into the spine, the front ribs in. So as I pull the abdominals in, the muscles are attached to my pelvic bone, so that pulls the pelvic bones up, and then my leg is reaching away in the opposite direction, and that's what gives me that release. And then if I tighten my glute, when you squeeze the muscle on one side of the bone, it relaxes on the other side of the bone. So this is a very gentle way to open up those hip flexors. Very good. All right, now I'm going to relax that left leg, rotate the knee out, and now slowly open my right leg and just let these muscles in here release for a moment. Now, if you're feeling discomfort in the lower back, try drawing your stomach back against your spine. That aligns the lower back, and it takes some of that tension out of the muscles in the lumbar, the low back. Very good. Bringing the right leg up, and now sliding my left leg in. Now holding onto the roller, I'm going to bring my right leg up and my left leg up. Good. Now, we don't have to hold the legs up because we do want to be relaxed, so I'm going to let my feet dangle down, but I want my knees right over the pelvis, right above the roller. Now, we're going to tick-tock right and left. We inhale, exhale, tighten up the core, take my legs over to the right, and so I'm rolling my right hip, outer hip over the roller, come up. I think I want to make a little adjustment. And now exhale, tighten up my core. Now I'm taking it over to the left. Feel that massage on the outside of the hips. Inhale, exhale. Now the muscles on the outside of the hips, they work hard for us all day long. Every step you take, those muscles on the outside of the hip are helping to stabilize the pelvis so that you don't fall down. Anytime that you step to the side, you work those muscles. So if you're doing any kind of sport or exercise activity where you're opening your legs, that's called hip abduction. You're working these muscles on the side of the thigh. And then just for many people, men especially, I noticed lots of tension and overtight hip, outer hip. That's the gluteus medius, the gluteus minimus. And so you might be feeling lots of tender spots. I'm feeling tender spots on the outside of my hips. Good. Let's just do one more to the right, one more to the left. Very good. Now we're going to go over to the right. We're going to stay to the right. Now we're going to inhale as we bring the knees in toward the shoulder. Exhale, tighten the core when your legs reach away from the shoulder. Inhale in and exhale. So as I'm circling my legs through space, I'm giving my right outer hip a great massage. Feels wonderful. You might, you want to get right on top of that tender spot. Now let's reverse. So you do about 5 in each direction. Always inhale here, exhale, draw that belly in. So if you don't draw your belly in, when you reach your legs away, the lower back is going to pull, arching up away from the floor, and then it can be uncomfortable. So we want to always exhale when the legs reach away and draw the stomach back against the spine. Now, get right on top of that tender spot and then just rock side to side. Just like a massage therapist would be working on these knots that they find in our muscle. All right, now we're going to do little ones, quick ones. Alrighty, now you're going to come to stillness. Now you want it to be heavy and passive. You want those hip muscles to just melt into the roller. And you can feel if the roller were too hard, that this would almost be painful. Okay? All right, now we take a big cleansing breath. Exhale, draw in your core, and let your hip just melt down into that roller. That feels so nice. Now let's take it over to the left. Now we're gonna circle. We inhale, bring the knees toward the shoulder. Exhale, you push it away. Inhale toward, exhale away. Inhale toward, exhale, good. Breathing. Every exhale, you want to draw a gentle pelvic floor engagement like you're holding your urine. Let's reverse. And you exhale, draw the pubic bone towards your belly button in towards your spine, and your front lowest ribs draw in toward the back ribs. That is how you stabilize your spine and pelvis. Let's do one more circle. Good. All right, now we're going to stay here onto the left hip. See if you can find a tender spot. And now you're going to rock over that tender spot. Now another way that the fascia, the connective tissue, becomes dehydrated is from a constant compression. So think if you sit at a desk, how many hours per day you're sitting in that chair and your hip muscles are being compressed down into that chair, and it dehydrates, it pushes all the water, the fluid, out of the connective tissue, and then the hips can become painful. All right, now let's do the quick ones. Alrighty, now come to stillness, be heavy. Take a deep cleansing breath and exhale. Very good, and come up. All right, now just want to do some core work and hip mobilization, okay? So start off with what we call diamond legs. So I'm going to inhale, bring my knees in. I'm going to keep the feet together. Open the knees so it looks like a diamond between the legs, and then you exhale, tighten up that core, tap the toes on the floor, close the knees, come back up. Inhale to open, exhale, you pull the belly in as you move the legs away from the torso. You inhale when your legs come in, exhale, good. Now I'm going to reverse, come in, exhale, inhale to close, exhale, open, pull up, inhale to close, exhale, open, come in, and close. Nice. Now scissor, right knee to chest. I'm going to tap my left heel down, then my right heel. So as my legs are moving through space, just like earlier when you were moving your arms through space, you could feel the massage effect between your shoulder blades. Now as you move your legs through space, you feel a massage effect across the sacroiliac joint, the SI joint, which is the base of the spine, and where the base of the spine, the sacrum, connects to your two hips in the back. And that feels really, really good. We have a lot of issues in that area of the body. So I'm just going to give myself a little squeeze here. With my tailbone pointed up, my lower back is really draping down toward the floor, kind of like a hammock in your backyard. So you feel that nice release. The lower back is being lengthened, relaxed. You're creating space between the vertebra, space between the last L5, which is your last lumbar vertebra, and S1, which is your sacrum 1. Open that area up. This is where your sciatic nerve lives, and it can cause a lot of problems there. So this feels really nice to release that. Very good. Now, I'm going to put one foot down, other foot down, lift up the hips and push the roller toward my heels and come down. Now, I'd just like you to sit here for a moment, lie here for a moment, and just feel now how the back of your hips feel. Much more relaxed. It should feel flatter, that where the sacrum meets the back of those hips, flat and relaxed. That feels so good. Okay? All right, now, and come up. Now, this won't work for everybody, but believe it or not, this next routine can be done up against a wall. If you just cannot tolerate putting your weight on your hands, or if you have a partner the partner can use the roller to help massage the outside of your hips. So if you have a partner that can help you, what you would do is lie on your side. Your partner would take the roller, bring it up here onto the outside of the hip, and they would create some pressure and help to roll the outside of the hip. And then also they would take it up and down the outside of the IT band, okay? All right, so, but if you can do this for yourself, we're gonna take the roller, you put it horizontal across your mat, and then I'm going to lift up and put the outside of my hip right on top of the roller. And I wanna begin first by loosening up the muscles on the outside of the hip. So I'm just going to rock. I really don't have a lot, there's no real weight on my hand or shoulder because my weight is on the roller and my legs, okay? But boy, that feels so good on the outside of my hip. Now, if you have over-tight IT band, and you'll know if they're over-tight, if you press down and you jump because it's tender, your IT bands are over-tight and they're inflamed. If it hurts to push on them, they're inflamed. And what causes this are the muscles on the outside of the hips being over-tight. So we massage the outside of the hip first, get that to loosen up, get the fluid to come back into the connective tissue. All right, now I want to start working on the IT band. Now, the IT band goes right down the outside of your leg, just like the seam on your pant goes down the outside. I'm going to turn so that the bottom leg is a 90-degree knee and the IT band is going right along the side of the roller. Now the other foot, flat on the floor with the knee pointing up, because this is going to be my leg I push with. And then I got my hand over here and I'm just going to rock. Now this is not hard to do, it's not rough on the shoulder or the hand, because again, all my weight is right over the roller and this leg. So this is really pretty comfortable. So I'm starting now to loosen up the IT band. All right, now I want to get into it just a little. Now that I've got it to loosen and warm a little bit, I'm going to get into it a little bit deeper. So the bottom leg, the one that we're working on, I'm going to straighten it. Then I'm going to take that top foot and I'm going to step over. That foot is flat on the floor. Both of my hands are going back here. Now I'm going to pull myself along until it's on the outside, almost to my knee, but not quite to the knee. And then I push and bring it up to the top of my outer thigh, right where that IT band is. Notice I'm holding this foot up off the floor just a couple inches, pushing with this foot, pushing with my hand. Push and pull. So this would be difficult if you had bad wrist or a bad shoulder. This is where you might want to have a partner, or you could put this up against a wall, stand against the wall, and simulate this massage on a wall. Ooh, that feels good. Hurts good. All right, I'm gonna come in. Now you don't want to spend too much time on the same body part, because you can actually, if it already has an injury or tightness or dehydration, you spend too much time on it, you can make it angry again. We don't want to do that. All right, so now we're on the outside of the hip, and I'm just going to push and pull, push with my feet, push with my one hand on the floor, and let that roller give the outside of my hip a good massage. And it feels yummy. Alrighty, now I'm going to start on the IT band. So I'm going to turn my leg, make it a 90-degree knee. See, it's 90 degrees. The whole outside of my thigh is on that roller, this foot flat on the floor. And now I'm just going to do little rocking motion right over that IT band. Okay. Alrighty, now take the bottom leg and I'm going to straighten it. I'm going to step over with my top. That foot should be flat on the floor. Both hands are over here. I'm going to pull those almost to the outside of my knee, and then I push to the outside of the upper thigh, almost to the hip, right where that IT band is. And if it's tender, now one thing that you don't want to do is to be heavy. So I'm using this leg and my hands, my arms, to keep some of the body weight off of the roller. So I'm not traumatizing my tissues by being too heavy on this. One more time. Very good. And I'm going to come all the way down, and I'm going to sit. Nice. Now, we're going to start working on the back muscles. So if you're wearing a t-shirt, you know, you might want to tuck it into your pants in the back. That way it won't, because it'll get underneath the roller if your shirt is loose. Okay, so I'm tucking my shirt into my pants. All right, now, you want to sit with your knees bent. I'm going to come down because I always end up coming off my mat. Then I'm going to take my forearm, put my forearm back. I'm going to start walking it back. Now, approximately where a woman's bra hooks on her back, or the very bottom tip of the shoulder blade, is where you want to start, and you have to see if that's your sweet spot. If this is painful on your back, you're not on your sweet spot. It's really easy to find it. You just pick up your hips, you push or you pull until you find that spot on your back that really loves being on that roller. Now, fingers together on the back of your head. Bring your elbows soft around your face. All right, now your chin, bring it down. We don't want to lift the chin and hyperextend the neck. You bring your chin down, you look at your pubic. All right, now take a nice breath in, exhale, and just slowly, because you've got to find out, are you on your sweet spot? So you see, I'm making some little adjustments here so it feels good as I bend my spine back. Keep the chin down, keep your elbows soft. Please don't squeeze your head, your arms are relaxed. You want to be relaxed. You're melting your spine back over that roller. Whew. All right, now your upper spine is not accustomed to being in this position, so it can be a little uncomfortable, but you know, just push or pull yourself along until you find a better spot for you. This is wonderful because it's stretching you in the front, it's stretching all the muscle and the connective tissue in the front. It's taking your spine, your upper spine, back into extension. All right, now, chin down. I'm going to inhale, exhale, Kegel and core, curl up, look at my pubic bone. Now really draw the belly right into the spine, because that's what relaxes your back muscles, is engaging the muscles on the front. Now, inhale, keep chin to throat. Let your head be heavy in your hands. Exhale, Kegel, pubic up, navel in, ribs in. Inhale, we go back. Oh, now, as I'm moving my torso forward and back, that roller is massaging right in the middle of my back, right in the general area of where the bra goes across the back. I'm feeling several tender spots. Good. And I'm working my stomach muscles. I'm stretching them here, and then as I come up, I'm engaging, so I'm strengthening my core. Good. All right, now we're going to do last one. Oh, that feels so good. And come up. Now we hold here. Now, again, the elbows are soft. The reason that we're not open is we want the shoulder blades to open in the back so we can get right between those blades. Now I'm going to tick-tock right and left. So then inhale, pointing both elbows to the right wall. Come up, inhale, exhale, both elbows to the left. I'm going to turn my head and look at that right wall. Oh yeah, passing over from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Now, those shoulder blades, the muscles around the shoulder blades, they work hard for us all day long. Every motion that you make with your arm and shoulder works the muscles that surround the shoulder blade. And if we have poor body mechanics, we create stress on those muscles, and they get those knots. The connective tissue becomes dehydrated, and we have discomfort. All right, so now I'm going to stay over onto the right shoulder blade. Same thing we did for the hip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. And I want to be on top of a tender spot. Good. Now I'm going to reverse. Very nice. Now I'm going to find that tender spot, get right on it, and rock. Right over that tender spot. Just as if a massage therapist were kneading those muscles with her thumbs or the heel of her hand. Good. All right, now do little ones. Right on top. Good. Now I'm going to come to stillness. Take a nice breath. Be heavy. Exhale, relax. Let yourself melt. Very good. Come in. Now we'll go over here to the left. Good. Now circle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now just rolling that shoulder blade over the roller. That feels so good. Now you reverse. I do about 5 in each direction. All righty, one more time. Very good. Now get right on top of your tender spot and let's rock. All righty. Now I'm going to do small rocking motion. Then come to stillness. Now just be heavy. Melt. Inhale deep, cleansing breath. And exhale. Feels so good. And come back to my center. Good. All right, now we're going to give ourselves a back massage. But you see how far I've ended up away, so I'm going to come back in. Okay. Get back into position again. Hands on the back of the head, elbows in, soft, don't squeeze, be relaxed. Now, legs open wide, lift up your hips just a little bit. Now, I'm going to push with my heels and it rolls to my lower back, and then pull and let it come all the way up to my shoulder blades, almost to the neck, but not to the neck. I'm going to give you a neck massage in just a few minutes. Okay? Oh, that feels so good. Now, as you pass back and forth over the roller, where are you discovering the tenderness in your back? Feel free to spend a little more time where you feel that tenderness. So you just make some small rocking motions. A lot of people have them up around the shoulder blade area. As I said, the shoulder blades work hard for us. Take it right up there, just above, below the neck, but above the shoulder blade. Feel that. It's so nice. Good. And I think I'll do some big ones again. See how now I'm almost out of the room here. Pull. Good. Alrighty, and come in. Very good. Alright, now I want to work on some muscles up in here under the armpit. Okay? So we're going to take the roller. We want to keep the roller horizontal on the mat still. I'm going to lay on my side, and I want to place my armpit right over that roller. Okay, now ladies, you want your breast to be under it. Okay, so you don't want to smash onto your breast. Okay, now that arm, this is my left arm, is reaching toward the left corner of the room on a diagonal. My bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight. Now, you're going to take your top arm and you're going to reach it over and beyond that bottom hand. Stretch, and then your leg, your top leg is going to go back in the opposite corner of the room, opening up the body. Now, as I lean over the roller, I can feel the pressure on the chest muscle, so the pectoralis muscle. Then I'm going to inhale. Now, I want you to look at my top arm. It's not locked, it's not hyperextended. The elbow is soft. And then I open, my palm looks like I'm holding a ball toward the ceiling. And then exhale, I come forward again, pressing on the chest muscle. Inhale. So your armpit is actually two muscles, two large, powerful muscles. The one in the front, obviously, is the pectoralis, and then the muscle that forms the back part of your armpit is the powerful latissimus dorsi muscle. Those muscles are what move your arms forward and back. Now, while I'm massaging the bottom, the left, I'm also opening my right shoulder. When I reach back, I'm opening that shoulder up. It's a nice stretch. And I'm also moving my leg forward and back. This is called hip flexion when my leg comes forward, and then hip extension when it goes back. I'm going to do one more. Now, I would like to bring my two knees together, support my head in my hand, and now I'm just going to rock on that left shoulder blade. And I have that tender spot. Good. Feeling that nice massage. Good. Now I'm going to do some quicker ones. Good. All right, now I want to work some of the rotator cuff attachments around the shoulder and the deltoid. Now your deltoid is this muscle that caps the shoulder joint. It's got fibers in the front, on the side, and in the back. So we want to try to target those. And then underneath that, the rotator cuff muscles come over and they attach to that shoulder. So we're going to give that some therapy. You're going to take your left arm and you're going to lengthen it on the entire roller with your palm facing up. Then I'm going to kind of pull up on my legs a little bit, and I'm going to lift up my waist, and it's going to roll the front of my shoulder almost. And then I'm going to drop my waist, and it rolls to the back of my shoulder. Almost to the front, not quite to the front, but pretty close. It might not seem like much, but I'm actually working the oblique muscles in my waist to lift my waist up and down so that my shoulder will roll over the foam roller. I'm going to do that twice more. That feels pretty good. Nice. And release. Good. Come up. Okay, now we have to do the other side. Going to turn. Okay, so starting, I'm going to take my right armpit and lay it over the roller. My hand is reaching toward the right corner of the room. Bottom leg is bent, top leg is up. I'm going to take my left arm, my top arm, and I'm reaching that hand up and over. I'm taking my leg back, so I'm really stretching my body from corner to corner. And then inhale, the leg comes forward. Now I want to keep my left elbow soft, not hyperextended. The palm is open like I'm holding a ball. And I'm going to come forward as I exhale, massage the chest. And now inhale, massaging the latissimus dorsi, the lats. Good. These are the two strongest, most powerful muscles in your upper body, chest and upper back. Good. And underneath those muscles are the rotator cuff muscles. So we're getting those two. You got one rotator cuff muscle that's on the front of your shoulder, and then two that are on the back of the shoulder blade, and then there's one that's on the top of the shoulder blade. Now, we're not able to hit that one right now, but at least we're getting 3 out of 4. Alrighty, now I'm going to bring my knees together, put my hand on the back of my head, lean back, and now rock. I'm rocking on that right shoulder blade. See if you can find a tender spot and work on that tender spot. And you don't have to do it exactly the way I do it. You know, if you found a tender spot and moving your body differently than the way I do it is perfectly fine. If it feels good to you. It's what you need. Alrighty, now let's make little ones. Right on top of the tender spot. Good. Alrighty, and now I'm going to come to stillness. Take a deep cleansing breath. Exhale, be heavy. Good. Right now, I want to stretch my right arm out with the palm facing up. Both knees are bent. I'm going to bring my legs up close so that I can manipulate from my waist. Lift my waist up, drop the waist. Lift it, drop it. Lift it, drop it. Lift it, drop it. We'll do 2 more and 1 more. Very nice. And come in. All right, now we're going to work on the neck. So we're going to bring the roller. Now once your knees bent, your feet wide, as you lie down, you want the roller to be right against the curve of your neck. Then your knees are bent, so your lower back is relaxed. You know, when your lower back and the back of your neck are relaxed, all the muscles along your spine release and let go. Now take your palms, face up. Let your elbows be soft and relaxed. You want to be very released and passive here. Now, I'm going to bring my chin down. Feel that massage effect right on the back of the neck, and then lift the chin up and then down. That feels good. Now bring the chin down, just like earlier. Now we tick-tock, right, left. So I'm going to go to the right. Now you want to do this slowly. Now, you keep your chin down, and you'll feel the base of your skull. There is a bony ridge at the base of your skull. And the reason it's a bony ridge is because the muscles on the back of your neck attach into that bony ridge. Now, all muscle attaches to bone by tendon. And the tendon, if your neck muscles are overtight, just about everyone has overtight muscles on the back of their neck. So you can feel a little bit of tenderness because the tendons that attach the muscle to that bony ridge, they get a little angry if they have to try to hold the head up against gravity because your head is too far forward from looking down at a book or your cell phone, or just bad habits of looking down at the floor all the time. So this is wonderful. Now, we're going over to the right. Now stay on the right. Now circle the nose. Slow, big circles. Now, behind the ear, a powerful neck muscle. If you could see, this looks like a rod underneath my skin here. That is a very powerful neck muscle, and it attaches behind the ear. So it does a lot of work for us in that you might have some tenderness behind the ear. Now reverse. Very good. Now I'm going to go over to my left side. Good. Now circle my nose. Now, what side had more tenderness, the right side or the left side? And if you start looking at people and noticing people, you might begin to see that many people, their head is a little cocked to one side or a little bit bent. Let's reverse. That means that they're tighter on one side of their neck. That could be from holding a heavy purse on their shoulder, heavy briefcase in that hand. Maybe they're trying to hold a telephone between their shoulder and their ear. Lots of things can cause your neck to get tighter on one side. So this feels really good. And now we're going to come in and come down. Nice. All right, now I just would like you to relax for a moment. Bring your chin down. Just allow the back of your neck to be longer and more released. And breathe deeply. One more deep cleansing breath. Very nice. All right, we're going to help ourselves up. Good, and come in. So that is just a very fundamental foam rolling session. It's also referred to as myofascial release. Myo means muscle, fascial is connective tissue, and you should notice now that your neck moves a little more freely, your shoulders can move, your hips will move better. You're going to feel better when you stand up, okay? This can be done every day. You don't have to do it for a whole hour. You could just, like if you're feeling a lot of tender spots in your back, maybe just work the back for 5 or 10 minutes like we've done. You don't have to do the whole thing, okay? I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.